Greetings, YouTube. I've always loved both the Aliens and the Predator franchises. I enjoyed the first, second, and fourth of the Alien movies. I freely admit I didn't like the third one much. The fourth one, if for nothing else, is a great preview of what was going to happen in the Firefly series. And the first Predator movie, and Schwarzenegger in it, being big, muscular, and garbling his lines throughout. It was great. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And I enjoyed the second one because I like Danny Glover, and it was still a good, solid action film. And the second Aliens movie is one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. So when they announced that there was going to be an Alien versus Predator movie, I was psyched. I'm like, two great things that taste great together. I freely admit, I was disappointed when I saw it in the theaters. It wasn't what it could be. Now, as an action film, it was pretty decent. If you just take it by itself, you don't know any of the past of either of the other two series. It was a fun time to have. It was a way to kill an afternoon. And if you look at it from the point of view of the Predator series, it makes perfect sense. Predators have been to Earth many times over thousands of years. We know this. So the whole concept of the Predators coming here again in the late 20th century, I think it was late 20th century, made perfect sense. No problem there. Unfortunately, it takes place in an abandoned whaling station. And where this whaling station is a giant pyramid under the ice. And the pyramid at one time was used by people, humans. Problem: there has never been a pyramid building culture in a place that currently has an abandoned whaling station. So that kind of threw a monkey wrench into the whole process for me. It kind of bothered me. But again, it was a cool set. It was a nice bit of design, and it was a wonderful death trap, and I think it would be a perfect setting for a role-playing game of any genre. I mean, it's just a very cool setting, and it was very well done. I guess the entire thing was filmed in Prague, and they built the entire set for like $2 million. It would have cost $20 million in the US to do that. So that was okay. And the Predators themselves look good, and the aliens themselves look good. But it's the aliens that really bothered me. Because you see, aliens aren't on Earth. In the last of the 4 movies, of Alien movies, the aliens get this close to Earth when they crash the spacecraft into the planet to kill all the aliens. But no aliens ever survive onto the surface. So the concept that this film is telling me, as the viewer, that there have been aliens here for thousands of years, completely broke from the canon of the Alien franchise. And that bothered me a lot. It bugged me the first time I saw it. And the aliens themselves have always bothered me, even from the first movie, because they go from this creature the size of my forearm to something that's 7 feet tall and can lift up a Buick in a 12-hour period without eating any food. How do they do that? Nothing grows that fast. There has to be a gestation period. There has to be growth spurts. If it's a biological organism, it has to follow the biological process. Laying the whole eggs into a human thing, that makes kind of sense. There are animals that do that kind of thing here in our world. So that didn't bother me. But the whole going from a tiny little creature to something the size of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 12 hours, that always bugged me. And it bugged me in this movie as well. I wasn't able to separate myself in that. It doesn't belong. But this movie has Lance Henriksen in it, and he is always a joy to see on film. And the commentary track that I listened to, the first one, there are 2 commentary tracks. I listened to the first one this weekend, has Lance Henriksen in it, and he's got a great voice, and I loved listening to it. It was a lot of fun. And I'll probably watch it again at some point to listen to the second commentary track. But I was disappointed by this film. As an action film, it wasn't bad. It's a good way to kill some time. And if you can get it cheap, and I got this for $4 at Walmart, go for it. You'll have a good time. Now, I haven't seen the last Alien vs. Predator movie, the Alien vs. Predator Requiem, but it's available on Amazon at the moment for 1 cent. So I may well get a copy so I can see just how bad it is.